where we last left off. He's making a bunch of animations, and now he's fully equipped with a bunch of animations. So, as you can see. Anyways, now it's going to be the instructional part of it, where I'll ask you to create 2 active objects. One of them should be a clone, if you don't mind cloning. Simply make it a black box. Put the hotspot in the middle. Clone it. Gonna name one of these R. Name the other one L for organization. Gonna go to the event editor. Always set the bar that's labeled R to this guy's X position, but instead of the actual X coordinate, you're going to do that to the right edge. And you're going to want to drag this over here to L. Go back to the expression editor and change this right to left. How simple is that, huh? And if you play the frame, you can see that one of these are upside down. X position. I didn't set the Y position. You're gonna set the Y position to the Y of that big guy. Set the Y position to the Y of this big guy. I'm just gonna call him Big O. Anime reference. See, that's how that should look. Anyways, so what we're gonna do right now is find out exactly where he stands, literally. His hotspot is right down here, so that means his Y position should be exactly where his feet start, and that is 414, which we're gonna take to this place up here. Oh, before I do that, I need to add in some alterable values. Oh yeah, I forgot I already pre-added these in. We're gonna need a jump timer, reach, balance, and knockback timer, which you can easily change the name of the alterable values just like that. Double clicking it. If his Y position is lower than 414. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm doing this the wrong way. Let me just set a jump button real quick. And for quick purposes, I'll make that spacebar. Spacebar is pressed, then his animation will change to jumping. His alterable value B, which is also reach for now, that'll change to about 10. And we're gonna set his actual Y position to 1 up from this, so -1 on his Y position. Now we can get into this. We're gonna make so that if his Y position is lower than 414, oh, don't have to do anything there. If it's lower than that, then his Y position will subtract the amount of his reach, and while it's doing that, the reach will be subtracted by 0.3. What that basically means is that while he's moving up, his reach will be going down, and it'll eventually turn into a negative number, and when you add a negative number to a positive, it eventually goes down itself. So it's gonna look something like that, except, you know, he's gonna stand upright when he hits the ground. So if his Y position is greater or equal than 414, I'm sorry, let me add this in before. If animation jumping is playing while his reach or alterable value B is lower or equal to 0, His animation will change to falling. Let me just put that in the middle of that. Now let's get back to this. If his Y position is greater or equal to 414 while animation falling is playing, his animation will change to stopped, and his Y position will become exactly 414. So it's kind of like back to square one, and it should look like that. Decent jumping right there. These right here, they're collision detectors, so you don't want them to be seen in game. You're gonna go over here to the runtime options. I'm sorry, not runtime, display options, and uncheck that visible at start. Getting into walking. Okay, so if you hold down this right key, it will fast loop start a loop, and that loop is going to be called walk one time. Let's add in an or filtered, copy that, paste it, drag it below this, and change it to left. Walk will start one time. Anyways, let's make another event just like that, except leaving out the or. If holding down right is pressed, then his X position will add 3 to it, or it'll add 3 to his X position, unless his right collision detector right here, the R, is getting close to Windows Edge by about 3 pixels. Let me negate that. Okay, we're gonna copy that, turn this into a left instead, and where this says R right here, you click on it, change that to left instead, and you change this to -3. Oh, I'm sorry here. You're gonna want to drag this fast loop down to both of these events. You're gonna want to drag this event down all the way down here. Repeat while right is being held down or left is being held down. While a fast loop is going on, which is walk. Gonna bring that above that. Add another one in, bring it above that. You're gonna delete this here. Oh, that's my bad. Not there, but this whole event should be gone. But I was right about the or. If his Y position is equal to 414, which means he's on the ground, and the loop walk is ongoing, then his animation will change to walking. And that doesn't seem to be working out, probably because the loop is underneath that 414, and it shouldn't be. There we go. As you can see, he walks and he jumps. And he doesn't go past the walls at all. So you basically have almost everything ready till you want to add in your new character. But before we do that, we want to make sure that he stops walking, so he's not, you know, infinitely walking in place like a total weirdo. Animation walking is playing, and there's no joystick action. You can do that by clicking read joystick state and unselecting everything, just like that. Then animation will change to stopped, and he'll halt just like that. Oh, something went wrong again. I think it's because yep. I always have to put this anything like this, like loops and joystick actions, always put it above animations and positioning, because because it kind of doesn't work otherwise. But as you can see, he walks and he stops. And he can change direction, but I don't want to do that yet until I add in the new character to show you guys exactly what I mean. Let's see if I can borrow a character from another one of my games. 414. Who can I borrow? I'll borrow the punching bag. Set his Y position to 414. So both of them are leveled. They're both on the ground. And don't worry about if you don't have, you know, this exact frame size. You can always find whichever position you want the ground to start at and go on from there. Anyways, let me move this to the middle a little bit. Let's just group all of these events together in a group called movement and jumping. We're going to close that up. And we're going to make a new group, which you can title anything, but I'm going to call it Who You Looking At? That's not stereotypical at all. So if his X position happens to be lower than the punching bag's X position, then the punching bag will look in this direction over here, the left, and you will look in this direction, the right. If your X position just so happens to be greater than the punching bag's X position, then you're going to be looking to the left and he's going to be looking to the right. Given in fighting games, you always have to keep your eye on your enemy. And of course, the punching bag disappeared because I forgot to recheck something. There we go. And that's so weird. He's not watching me, but the punching bag is. I think I know why, because I didn't make directions. Sorry, Animation Rush. Okay, that's good. But as you can see, he watches me and I watch him everywhere I go.